Only Dorgbetor.
All right, so sports lovers, boxing lovers, you're welcome to KA Sports. This very day we're having an exclusive interview with one of the finest prospects. You know, the word prospect has been bandied around quite much, but then this one is a bona fide prospect when it comes to Ghanaian, African, and even the world boxing stage. He is a boxer who made his debut in June 2019. He has quite made a mark. In 2021, October, he annexed the Ghana National and UBO Intercontinental Featherweight Championship, defeating compatriot Success Tete over 12 rounds in a unanimous points verdict. He came back this year, June 15th, annexing the IBF Intercontinental Africa Featherweight Championship, beating Tanzanian Hamadi Furahisha in devastating fashion. One of the best that Ghana has of winning a world title in these times. He's managed by Ace Power Boxing Promotions and Management. None other than the Mepe-born, soft-spoken lad known as the Jawbreaker, Holy Dorgbetor. Holy, how are you doing?
I'm fine.
Wonderful, wonderful. Yeah, so we are at the gym. The gym is owned by former IBF world champion Joseph King Kong Agbeko, his former trainer, Coach Adama Adi, who is currently a chief, a local chief here in Ghana. He owns this place, the gym, right here on the high street in Accra. And so, Holy, you've been making waves in these recent times. How has it been?
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I'm training hard.
Let fans know who is Holy Dorgbetor. Who?
Oh, Holy Dorgbetor is a young man from a humble background and take boxing as his career and hope to be a world champion very soon.
And so it means that you are actually aiming at the world, championship.
Yes, of course.
Are you not scared? I mean, in the featherweight division, you have monsters in there, man.
Yeah, I know they have champions there, but as a boxer, if you want to be a world champion, you have to beat a world champion. So I've prepared for anyone, any champion there, and I want to be there. I want to be at the top. I want to be their champions.
Okay, before we get there, even you are nicknamed the Jawbreaker. I mean, do you break jaws? Do you, dismantle jaws? Why the nickname Jawbreaker? Why?
Of course, when I started boxing, anyone that I fight, before you go down, I'll hit your jaw before you go down. So I don't have nickname at that time. So one day my manager just called me and told me, Holy, I want to give you a nickname. And I said, really? Oh, I don't have one, so you can give me one. So my manager called many names. So we are just thinking about it, and he said, no, Holy, you are the Jawbreaker. And I said, yes, of course. I like that thing. So my manager gave me Holy the Jawbreaker. So I'm the Jawbreaker.
I heard about Holy in 2019, right before the pandemic, that he was a very humble, hardworking boxer, coming from a very humble background. And somebody I should take a look at. I was also brand new in boxing, but after hearing his story, I was touched to give him a chance, and I have not regretted. It's been about 5 years now.
And the truth is, I not see boxing before. That is the truth. So I've been hearing from Azuma Nelson. I've been hearing that we have boxer called Azuma Nelson, but I did not see boxing before. And my father told me my uncle is a boxer, but I know my uncle well, but I not see my uncle boxing before. I not see my uncle train before, but I just know that my uncle is a boxer. So one day I just woke up in the morning and I started hitting the wall, boom, 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 boom. And my uncle came out and said, "Why, Holy, why? Do you want to fight boxing?" And I said yes, but I don't know what is boxing. I don't know what about boxing, how to fight boxing. I just know that we have someone called Azuma Nelson.
At what age was that?
I was 13 years.
13, okay.
Yes.
Okay, go on.
So my uncle just said, "Okay, Holy, I can show you boxing." So I said, "Yeah, I will fight." So he bring me, he said I stand. So I stand and he started to teach me the stance, and now I know how to throw my hand, but I don't have the experience. So I came to Accra. So when I came to Accra, I've seen many boxers and I've seen that, wow, this is the work. So it pushed me more to become a boxer.
Anyanya bi jamake. Umachu. Una ne jedo. O jame o ma bi ko na ne jedo. Mala muti ka. Una ne ba ku.
Massive support from family
Yes.
all the way back in Mepe, in the Volta region of Ghana, and even here in Accra.
Yes, of course.
Wow, that's nice to hear. You are known as a very hard worker. I mean, you grind hard, you leave no stone unturned. I mean, you always go the extra mile, to get prepared for your fights. What incident or what events during your childhood spurred that hard working, attitude of yours?
Let me say in my childhood, we went to farm. In my childhood, we went to farm and we work hard. Maybe we can go to farm in the morning until evening time. Even if the sun is shining, they will ask you to be there and be working. They will be telling you, oh, you just read to this place, then you stop. If you read that, they will tell you, oh, you just go small. So you'll be doing it. Then sometimes we enjoy it. So let us make me get hard face. And let me say, my mother that time sells some, so he give me things to go and sell. So I work hard in my childhood. I work hard. I don't feel shy. I do everything that I like. I can sell. I can go around and sell things. So that is what give me. So when I came to boxing, I see my back that all the suffering that I suffer. So I want to work hard to gain.
All right, so you have a background of, farming here and there, selling stuff. So that gives you the urge to try and push harder to make it. Nice one. How did your upbringing, influence your approach in boxing?
I went to sit at my stepmother's place. So when I'm with my stepmother, like my stepmother do not like us like that. So the training is very hard. So I ran away before I came to my hometown, before I started to do this boxing thing.
All right, so you had a stepmother who was not very friendly, but then her attitude towards you, spurred you on to, go higher? Okay. Your first experience in a proper boxing ring. How was the feeling like?
When I start boxing, I fight my first fight at my hometown. We have they call one guy Husseini, and he's a black bomber. So the first time I'm entering,
A black bomber, that means that is a member of the national amateur boxing team.
Yes.
Beautiful.
So they said they just come from games, and on our festival they want them to come and fight with us. So when
which year was that?
That is 2013.
2013, okay.
Between 2013.
All right.
I was just a young boy.
Okay.
So I used to train hard too. So when they came, the guy is very taller than me, and I not enter into ring before, and that is my first time, and I don't know anything, but I used to train hard. So when we enter into the ring, we're going round one, then I hit the guy, then the guy dazed. So when we are going, they see that I'm overcoming the guy, so they stop the fight and they give the fight to the guy, and they say, oh, he's a member of the national team, so they don't want to like disgrace the guy.
Okay.
So they tell me that I should don't worry, they will bring me to Accra so that I'll polish well.
Okay.
Yes, so that is the first time I experienced, and I'm very happy. Let me say that when I finish fighting, they take me to a big hotel and buy food for me, and I eat. I enjoy myself.
Wow.
So let me say from there, we came to Accra once. Let me say now the national coach, the national team coach, Coach Asare, they have one boxer. So when I came, they are doing some like
a background where they are very poor, didn't have much to even eat, and was living at the Accra center. You know, if you go see where he lives, you will be shocked. If I think of today and I think of where he has come from, and the fact that the whole of about 3 weeks now, I see him on virtually every billboard across Accra, and I see his face when I'm driving towards Legon, when I'm driving towards La Paz, when I'm going home, I see his face. I mean, it just gives me joy that this boy that we saw, who didn't have much, who was very young, has fought some small amateur fights, but we saw talent, we saw skills, we saw ability, we saw determination, and we saw that this is a guy who can go places. And this guy that we started with, within a twinkle of about boxers.
So which fight has been your toughest fight, the one that has been the most challenging fight so far in your career?
Let me say 2021 one fight, me and Success Tete, and that is the first my professional title fight, and that is the first time I'm fighting Tour France. I'm going to France.
Okay.
So the fight is very tough for me. I've trained well, but I find it difficult. But God willing, I pass through it.
Okay. So you are a very, very hard worker. You work hard in the gym. You work hard on the road. Take us through your daily routine. I mean, how do you prepare for a big fight like the IBF Africa fight, all your big fights? How do you prepare? Take us through.
I'll give thanks to my coach, Coach Lai. He always call me to train in the morning and train in the evening. Every day, he would be with me and take me to the step, to climb the step, and he always advise me to keep myself. And so I always run in the morning. In the evening, I'll train in the gym, and my coach helped me. My coach helped me to fight, because that is the first time I'm fighting my southpaw opponent. So my coach helped me to know how to fight with the southpaw opponent. So I'll give the thanks to my coach.
Dorgbetor is a very good boss and can do something. He's the one who respects the coach and every time. Every morning, I'm the one who call him to wake up and train. By the time I'll reach the gym, I'll reach the gym, he was here. But he do my instructions and everything. So Dorgbetor is a very good boss. I know him from beginning.
The scratch.
Short time, you see Dorgbetor live.
He will win Ghana's title. You are sure of that, coach?
Yeah.
June 15, Hamadi Furahisha from Tanzania, he had just one draw by then and one loss with 8 wins. Very, very tough night. Feast of Carnage Bill, mammoth crowd. I mean, when you saw the crowd, when you entered the arena, you entered the ring, you saw your opponent, the bell went, the fight began. What was going through your mind during that fight with Hamadi Furahisha?
Let me say, when the time that I'm coming to the ring, when I see the crowd, I say, wow, this is the time for me. I have to show myself. I have to prove myself.
Okay.
Because it's my country, and I don't want to put my country down. I have to. So when we enter into the ring, when they ring the bell, I tell in my mind that, okay, I'm going to do and die. Yeah, I'm going to fight with all my breath, all my life, to take this fight, this title. Because let me say, like a year I did not fight because I'm not feeling when I get fight. Let me say that is a match. I not get opponent. I don't get opponent to fight me. So when the guy came, I'm very happy, and it's a title fight, and it's a big title. I'm very happy to fight with the guy. So I make myself that I'll fight with all my life, all my breath for that fight.
So it was a make or break affair for
Yes.
you. You know, when you saw the crowd, you say, "Hey, I'm going all out."
Yes, it's true.
All right, wonderful. That showed in the ring. Your in-ring performance, you know, speaks volumes of how you were thinking at that time. So with your fighting style, how would you describe your style? Are you a kind of technical boxer? Are you a puncher? Are you a boxer puncher? You know, are you the kind of boxer that has a killer instinct, or what? What kind of boxer are you? How would you describe your style?
I'm a technical puncher. I move to fight. I don't stand with a boxer to fight with a boxer. So let me say I get that from I learned it from Mayweather.
A very technical boxer. I mean, you don't fight.
I don't fight.
I mean, you box.
Yes.
Nice one. So, Holly, how do you stay motivated? How do you maintain your discipline? What keeps you focused?
Okay, the thing that keeps me focused is, boxing is very hard, and where I'm from is very. When I see my back, it's very hard. So, I carried myself to train hard, to change my family, and if I get money, to help people that do not get, and to help other boxers too. So that is why I work hard to change my life.
All right. So I've heard of many boxers and many dressing room stories. Some boxers have diarrhea. They get running stomach, before the fight starts. Some boxers become very, very nervous. How do you handle pre-fight stress and pressure?
Let me say, if I have fight, the first thing I do is I want to see my opponent. If I see my opponent and I watch my opponent, maybe it's 2-5, it's 3-5, then I'll just remove my opponent from my mind, so that I'll concentrate on my training, and I'll remove that opponent on my mind. So if I went to the dressing room, I know that I'm going to fight, but I don't put my opponent in my mind, because I know if I put my opponent in my mind, maybe I'll be thinking about the fight. So I just forget everything. What I say is, we are all human beings, and training shows, and I know that I have trained hard. So nothing will never stop me, nothing will never scare me. I'm going to fight, so I don't feel scared when I'm in the dressing room.
I see. In boxing, you have to prepare. Preparation is key, and in preparing for a bout, there is the physical aspect. You have to be in condition and stay in shape, and also there's a mental aspect where if you are defeated mentally, then you are defeated even before stepping into the ring. How do you balance the physical preparation and the mental preparedness for the fight? What's the balance?
That is what I'm saying, that if I see my opponent, I just remove my opponent in my mind, so that I'll focus on my training, and especially on my weight. Because what is in my mind, that if I do my weight, we are going to fight, because you are a human being, I'm a human being. We are going to well gross. So that is the place that we show our techniques. So I don't feel like, I don't think about my opponent. And let me say, I train hard. I focus on my training. My coach really helped me to train hard and always advise me to be focused, to don't think about my opponent.
I mean, boxing has a way of taking kids from the streets, and making them have ambitions in life, shaping their lives. What do you think has been the role of boxing in our society?
Okay, let me say, boxing helped many of people in Ghana here. And boxing is very good. It's very good, and it helped many of people in this society.
And how has boxing impacted you personally? Your personal growth and your self-awareness. How has boxing made you find yourself?
Let me say, I find myself great when I started boxing, because I don't think that I'll be here today. Boxing take me to many places that I don't think I'll go if I'm not fighting boxing. So I'm very happy that boxing came into my life.
You have traveled for a training tour in Singapore. I mean, that's in Asia, right? And you've been able to meet new people, you've seen people, you've met opponents from different backgrounds. How has boxing shaped your worldview, how you see the world?
When I traveled, I'm very happy, because if it's not because of boxing, I'll never travel. I'll travel, but not maybe outside, or maybe taking plane. And so I'm happy that I came into boxing. Boxing make many in my life.
All right. Do you have any regrets for taking up boxing as a career? And going back, if you had a chance to go back as a young kid, would you change anything? Would you still choose boxing?
Yes, of course. Boxing is part of my life. Like, I like the game, and if I'll become a kid again, I'll always choose boxing.
Any regrets?
No, I don't have any regrets. In boxing.
What life lessons has boxing taught you? You listen to the likes of Mike Tyson, and through boxing, Mike Tyson is now more or less a philosopher. The likes of Muhammad Ali, the likes of Mayweather, they say things that they've learned out of boxing. Okay, so boxing shapes the way a man thinks. What life lessons have you gotten from boxing?
Yeah, what I learned in boxing that is about discipline. Because if it's not boxing, maybe I'll not be disciplined, I'll be smoking, I'll be doing many things. So I've learned many in boxing. Boxing make me disciplined.
All right.
Very, very disciplined.
So right from Mepe in the Voto region, you've interacted with family, with childhood friends. You moved to Accra. You've met many coaches. You've traveled outside the country. You've had opponents. You fight with them. After that, you become friends. You have fans, people who admire you here and there. You have icons that you also look up to. What is the most valuable lesson you've picked up in your entire career?
The most valuable lesson that I pick up is, like, you have to learn, you have to get pity. Boxing is not about you are fighting and you be angry about the person. It's a game. So if you fight finish, you have to be friends and not fighting yourself. So that is what I learned about boxing. Boxing is not about they say me and you are going to fight, so we will be an enemy. No. After fight, we have to be friends, like how we are first.
So after the storm, there has to be a calm.
Yes.
But before the fight, everything is hot, right?
Yes.
So after the fight, everything
Yeah.
gets resolved. You come back to normal, and you are still a human being. You
Yes.
still have, love and respect for each other, right?
Yes.
That's good sportsmanship right there. So, Holly, what are your short-term and long-term goals? What do you want to achieve in boxing?
What I want to achieve in boxing is I want to be a world champion, and I want to hold a world title. Every day my dream is to hold a world title. Even if my opponent is in his bedroom, and he's holding the world, I want to fight the world title with him, because my aim is to hold the world title.
So you want to go into the opponent's backyard,
Yes.
his hometown, in his house, in his bedroom. You will go there and fight.
Everywhere that my opponent is.
So are there any specific fighters you would like to face in future?
Yes. I target one person in my mind all the time. That is Bruce Carrington.
Bruce Carrington.
Yeah. Let me say he is the champion now in featherweight. Let me say in IBF Continental. So I want to fight that guy. I always put that guy in my mind. I want to be that guy.
Okay. Once you're done with boxing, you've achieved all that you want to do. You've decided, you opted to hang your gloves. What do you want to leave as your legacy in boxing?
After boxing, I want to build a boxing gym and teach youngest young boys to become a world champion like me.
In Accra or in your hometown?
In Accra and my hometown, everywhere. So that is what I want to do after my boxing. I want to help the youth and build boxing ring so that the young people that want to become a boxer, they can also come and train in my gym.
All right, so you heard it here first on KA Sports Boxing. Watch out before Holy hangs up his gloves. You're going to have a Holy Dorgbetor Boxing Gymnasium, whether in Accra, in the Volta region, anywhere, it's coming. Holy, what advice would you give to young aspiring boxers? I mean, young upcoming boxers. What advice do you have for them?
Okay. The advice that I'll give young boxers is to be humble, listen to their coach, and always focus on boxing. Always be disciplined, because boxing is very hard, and if you want to be a champion, you have to train hard, and especially to respect your coach, because I always say that even if you are a world champion, if you become a world champion and you have coach, you have to respect your coach, because if you know it, you have to stay in your house and train yourself. Don't come to the gym. Stay in your house and train yourself. So if you become a world champion, you have to bend down, you have to respect your coach. Anything that your coach will say, you have to respect your coach and be disciplined. Not only your coach, respect every other person. Even if it's a young boy, you should respect the person.
Aside putting up a boxing gymnasium, what other plans do you have once you retire from boxing?
The plan is to build a company for myself and do some business, so that after boxing I can enjoy life. Not after boxing, maybe I'll spend all my money. Yeah.
You want to enjoy life after boxing. Nice one. Ghana, we are a bastion of boxing globally. Azuma Nelson went all the way to beat Wilfredo Gomez in '84 to win the WBC Featherweight Championship. We've produced world champions all over. We've produced the likes of David Kote Poison, like Bazooka Quarte, Alfred Cobra Kote, Nanaya Okonendu, the marvelous one. We've had the likes of Richard Comey, Joseph Agbeko, Joshua Clotte, Isaac Dogbe, Emmanuel Gimboy who won the IBO World Championship. But now we don't have a world champion now, currently. How do you see the Ghanaian boxing landscape now?
Okay, the Ghana boxing is not like how it has to be now. But I know if our people wake up, like they help us, we young boxers that are coming, we will make it, because it's long time that we have a world title in Ghana. So we want to bring a world title to Ghana. As for me, I always say I'll bring a world title to Ghana. So Ghana people should help me. They should help me so that, and pray for me so that we can bring world title to Ghana again.
There are a lot of boxers in Bukom, in Choko, Jamestown, Mamprobi. They have similar aspirations as yourself. They also want to go on the global stage and make it under the bright lights, but they are not having it easy. They are facing all kinds of adversities. What do you say to such ones?
That is what I'm saying, that our people, to help us, they should push us and take us to the world so that we can also bring world title. Because I know some of my colleagues, they are ready to be a world champion, but they don't get the chance. So I'm pleading on their behalf that the GBA and our big people, they should help us and push us so that we can bring world title to Ghana again.
Most of our boxers these days, you see them very promising down here, but once they travel outside and they fight, you don't really see them shining like that. You don't really see that potential that you saw in them. Are we going to see Holy going out there and making a difference?
Yes, of course. When I started boxing, all in my mind is to be a world champion. To be a world champion. I don't want to be like I started and I end on the way. I want to be a world champion. I want to end boxing to be a world champion.
So when you climb on that world stage in that championship bout out of Ghana, what difference are you going to make?
I'm going to prove myself in the world so that I want to bring a world title to Ghana. I'm promising Ghana people that I'll bring a world title.
So please, this is your camera. Give a promise to Ghanaians.
On this very day, I'm promising Ghana today that Holy the Jawbreaker, I'm bringing world title to Ghana again, because we have world title long in Ghana. So I'm bringing world title to Ghana. So people should expect me.
So a solemn pledge there, a solemn vow there from the Jawbreaker. Holy Dorgbetor. He is from Mepe in the Volto region of Ghana, currently with a record of 12 fights, 11 wins, just 1 draw, no defeats. 7 of the wins coming by way of knockout. He is managed by Dr. Adai Opokwa Maku's Ace Power Boxing Promotions and Management. He is the current IBF Intercontinental Africa featherweight champion. He has held the Ghana national title and also the UBO title in the featherweight ranks. He says he's bringing Ghana our next world championship. Before a fight, before you enter the ring, what is your favorite pre-fight meal? The meal you eat before you fight?
Before I'll fight, I eat rice. I like rice. Rice is my favorite, so I eat rice before I came to the ring.
The rice and stew. You know, in Ghana we like our rice. We have rice and stew. We have jollof rice. We have fried rice. You know, the rice in what variety?
Rice and stew.
Rice with stew. What kind of stew is that?
X2. I like X2.
X2, rice with X2. So Holy enjoys rice with X2 just before he fights. Okay. Do you have any superstitious acts that you indulge in before the fight? Like any ritual you perform? I know some boxers, they have a particular song they listen to before they fight. Some do all kind of stuff. I mean, what do you do?
Oh. If I'm in the dressing room, I always listen to I always sing my hometown song in my mind, so that I'll remove everything in my mind. So I used to enjoy my hometown song.
So
I used to sing it in my mind.
Your hometown songs in your language.
In my language.
You know, can you sing a line or two of such songs for us?
Okay. They say, Jifo fe maula, Bonane, ne miafe fuwo sogbo akpa, ejimade diwo sogbo akpa, Jifo fe maula, Bonane, ne miafe.
Guys, well, wonderful voice. I mean, exclusive one with Holy the Jawbreaker Dorgbetor, all the way from Mepe in the Volta region, currently fighting record 12 fights, 11 wins, no loss, 1 draw, 7 big wins by way of knockout. He's the current IBF Africa champion in the featherweight division, a division which has produced the likes of Azuma Nelson, and he tells us, hey, he's going to be Ghana's next world champion. He's very sure that, in fact, he has vowed to that, and he promises Ghana a world title whenever the opportunity beckons. You live on KA Sports Boxing. This has been an exclusive with Holy the Jawbreaker Dorgbetor. My name, Sam Nana Gold. I always bring you something more than gold. It's a wrap.